Hi, welcome to another Consonant Analysis. This analysis I've conducted while I'm actually on with my R. Kelly analysis that I promised from last week that I would get finished this week, which hopefully I will. This is actually this is analysis of Jimmy Savile, and it's an extract that's taken from his last interview. So the extract goes, and would you believe that I've been on the radio and television now for 100 years? Now, I don't know whether he's being flippant or whether he's talking about like the time in total that he's actually been on radio, in terms of like hours. But anyway, let's go on with the interpretation. So the interpretation that I've given for this analysis is the subject manages his behaviour. His public appearance stands at odds with his private self. He's getting old, and his lifestyle is causing him discomfort. So, what's interesting, as usual, what comes out of the analysis is something completely different to what he's actually been talking about on the surface, and it's quite insightful, especially because this is like a reverse analysis. So that's expected to actually pull out details that you wouldn't normally expect from the surface narrative. So in terms of comments, first of all, the themes. I've split the themes down into sort of like three main areas. I've tried to do that. So these are broad groups. The first group I would categorise or characterise as calculation, or categorise them under that keyword. The second group of themes I would categorise under the heading of negativity, and the third group I would categorise under the heading of distress. So in summary, I've got a person who calculated his way through life, did the wrong things and never felt happy with himself. So moving on to the themes, I've got behaviour 1, what I decided to call behaviour 1. These keywords and marker components suggest someone who has a high opinion of himself and was always planning an escape route. 3, behaviour 2. These keywords and marker components suggest someone who had a high opinion of himself and was always planning an escape route. And that's in contrast actually to behaviour 3, which I'll go on to. Behaviour 2. These keywords and marker components suggest a brutal person who did whatever was necessary to get what he wanted alone to himself. And 3, behaviour 3. These keywords and marker components suggest a diminished personality who had an imbalanced psychology and had esteem issues. So that's in stark contrast to behaviour 1, where you've got this person that's got a very high opinion of himself. It's like a contrasting person. There was some sort of like internal conflict. With regards to the themes, I won't really go over those because there's so much in there. I'll just let you read those yourself. I mean, from the 30 markers, it was quite rich, the information that came out. Some notable things which came out, or unusual things, were, like, for example, an exact marker for loss of teeth or being toothless, and also an exact marker for crying, which I've never had those before. So yeah, all in all, it was a good yield, which gave a portrait of a person, which you wouldn't have expected from on the surface meaning. So yeah, this has been Consonant Analysis. I hope you liked the analysis. If you did, remember to like, share and subscribe. And hopefully I'll have the R. Kelly analysis ready for you shortly. Thanks for subscribing. Have a nice day.